another story, and we're going to be creating an art project. The story we're going to be reading today is called Maybe Something Beautiful: How Art Transformed a Neighborhood. And this story is about a little girl who used her art to bring color and vibrancy and love and happiness to her community. And when we're finished, we're going to create something for you to do just the same. And if you haven't already guessed, it's going to be a rainbow. So, our story today is written by Isabel, Campoy, and Theresa, Howell. And it was illustrated by Lubas. Maybe something beautiful. In the heart of a gray city, there lived a girl who loved to doodle, draw, color, and paint. Every time she saw a blank piece of paper, Mira thought to herself, maybe. And because of this, her room was filled with color and her heart was filled with joy. On her way to school one day, Mira gave a round apple to Mr. Henry, the owner of the shop down the street. She gave a flower to Miss Lopez, the lady with the sparkling eyes. She gave a songbird to Mr. Sachs and a red heart to the policeman who walked up and down the streets. On her way home, Mira taped a glowing sun onto the wall, hiding in the shadows. Her city was less gray, but not much. The next day, Mira saw a man with a pocket full of paintbrushes. He gazed at the wall and looked at her son. He held his fingers up in a square and peered through them. He said thoughtfully. What do you see? Mira asked. Maybe something beautiful, the man replied. Then, just like that, he dipped a brush in the paint. Bam! Pow! The shadows scurried away. Sky blue cut through the gloom. The man's laughter was like a rainbow spreading across the sky. Who are you? Mira asked. I'm an artist, he said. A muralist. I paint on walls. I'm an artist too, she told him. He handed Mira a brush. Then come on! Mira dipped it in the loudest color she saw. Yowie! The wall lit up like sunshine. As the man drew pictures on the bricks, Mira added color, punch, and pizzazz. Soon, Mr. Sachs joined in. Then others came. Everyone painted to the rhythm. Salsa, merengue, bebop. Even Mira's mama painted and danced the cha-cha-cha. The whole neighborhood became a giant block party until... Bum, bum, bum. The policeman walked up. Excuse me, he said. The music stopped. Mira put her brush down. They were surely in trouble. The officer cleared his throat, then paused. May I paint with you? So Mira handed him a paintbrush, and the music started again. Teachers and papas jumped in, babies too. Mira and the man handed out brush after brush. Color spread throughout the streets. So did joy. Wherever Mira and the man went, art followed like the string of a kite. After they colored the walls, they painted utility boxes and benches. They decorated sidewalks with poetry and shine, and everyone danced. Together, they created something more beautiful than they had ever imagined. When their clothes were splattered with a million colors, everyone sat down to rest, except the muralist. His eyes sparkled. You, my friends, are all artists, he told them. The world is your canvas. He smiled wide, then pulled everything together in big, sweeping motions. His paintbrush was like a magic wand. When he was finished, Mira added one more bird, way up in the sky. Maybe, she thought. Just maybe. The end. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful story, and stay tuned because we are about to create our own special artwork that you can use to brighten up your space, brighten up your room, brighten up your living room, put it in your kitchen, put it on the window for someone else for someone outside to see. It's totally up to you. So stay tuned. Okay, artists, we just finished reading this story, and now we're going to make something to go along with it. You can choose to make something like I made, or you can start making something that you would like to make. If you have watercolor paints like this, definitely feel free to use those, but I'm going to show you a way to use things that you might definitely have at home. What you will need are some Crayola or any brand washable markers, just like this. You will need some water and a paintbrush. You will need some tin foil. I always encourage you to have a piece of paper towel under your paper just in case the paint goes through so that we don't make a mess. All right, so let's get started. You're going to take your first marker color and you're going to put it right onto your tin foil just like that. And just like magic, I'm going to take some water on my paintbrush and you're going to see how it starts to wake up my marker just like we wake up our watercolor paints. And I can actually use this to paint right on my paper. So I am going to make another rainbow because I love rainbows. And I am just painting this line using the paint that kind of melted from my washable marker. And I'm just making a nice curved rainbow line. My dog is coming to say hi. Oh, Farah. And of course, when I finish with my red, I'm going to clean my paintbrush. Make sure I get all that marker or that paint right off of it. And now I can choose my next color. Now, if we're staying in rainbow order, after red comes, that's right, orange. And I'm going to wake that up with my paintbrush. Just add a little bit of water to it. See that it starts to kind of melt and voila! It comes right off, almost just like paint. Now remember to keep your paintbrush on its tippy toes. If it starts to get spiky, mine's not spiky yet, it's still nice and wet. But if you see that it starts to get spiky, it means that it needs a little more water, it's thirsty. And when you dip it back in, you can see that there's a lot more color on there. If it starts to run out of color like mine is now, just dip it right back in. And you get a little bit more on there. When I get to the end, what do? I gotta clean it off. And my next color of the rainbow is yellow. I'm gonna add a bunch of color onto my palette. Make sure my paintbrush is clean, it sure is. I'm gonna wake up that yellow color, and I'm gonna keep going with my rainbow lines. Ooh, that one's a little bit light. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Now, of course, I am making a rainbow. I love rainbows, but you can choose to make whatever you'd like. You can make a whole sky with birds and clouds. You can make a landscape with butterflies and mountains and rainbows. You can really do whatever you'd like. Or if you want to make a rainbow just like me, feel free. Now I'm going to add a few colors so I can go a little bit faster. I'm going to do some green because that comes next. Let me think what color comes next in the rainbow. Aha, blue. And after blue, what comes next? Let's see, red, orange, yellow, green, blue. What's left? Purple. I'm gonna add some purple onto my foil. And now I'm ready to get a few colors done. I'm gonna double check that my paintbrush is clean. It's got a little water on it. Now I'm ready to wake up my green. And I'm making a nice curved line that's going up. When it starts to run out of color, I dip it right back in. And now my curved line is coming down. I'm keeping my paintbrush on its tippy toes so I don't get paint all over myself. And now it's clean. I move on to the blue. I'm getting to the bottom of my rainbow. All right, starting to run out of color. I dip it right back in. Wonderful. I can't wait to hang this up and bring some brightness into my home. Just like Mira in our story. Now, friends, I am so excited to hear all about the paintings that you made. Don't stop at just one. Keep going. Keep making lots and lots of beautiful paintings. Bring light and color and vibrancy to your home. Give it to your mom. Give it to your uncle. Whoever needs something bright and sunny and happy. And you can add whatever you'd like to this. I hope you had fun. Make art. Spread love. Have fun. I miss you. I love you. I can't wait to see you soon. Bye-bye, friends.